Check the voice once. Is the voice clear? Audio. Is the audio clear? Check once. Yes. Yours, once you check your audio, check.
Yeah. Check.
Yes. A warm good morning to all St. John's community, parents, teachers, and my dear students. I am excited, honored, humbled to have this wonderful person, a happy soul, a beautiful soul, compassionate leader, and a compassionate doctor. St. John's alumnus. She completed her education at St. John's English Medium School, worked hard, never dependent on anyone. She has leadership qualities from her childhood. She used to help everybody. Even now, she's doing the same. I am honored to introduce our wonderful St. John's alumnus and a popular, compassionate doctor. I want to insist on this compassionate. I'll tell you later. She is Dr. P. Aparna, obstetrician and gynecologist. Aparna, welcome to St. John's Tenali YouTube channel.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's all yours today. Kindly enlighten our students, our parents, and all the St. John's community. Over to Aparna.
So, very good morning, ma'am. Actually, I'm very much humbled to be here sitting in front of you. And I'm very, very proud to say that I'm product of this great institution, English medium school. And I did my schooling right from LKG to 10th standard. Of course, we didn't have intermediate that time here, but till 10th standard in this same institute. And I'm very happy that now my daughter is also doing her schooling, pursuing her schooling in the same institute. So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much
You're
for this
most
invite, and I'm really humbled, and I feel good like coming back to the school again and doing, like doing a show, kind of show which is helpful to kids and parents.
Yes.
So thank you so much, ma'am.
You're most welcome and we are honored. And to start with our live, because I have already shared, any queries, any doubts, anything, kindly call to the given number, and also you can mail your questions, any kind of queries with regard to the gynecology and obstetrics. I want you to be getting some guidance and help from my student and a wonderful doctor, Dr. Aparna. So I would like to start this beautiful live with Aparna. Aparna is such a wonderful girl. She was a captain also during the school time. She was a champion, debater, all-rounder. You name whatever the activities of the school, you see Aparna there. Aparna's batch was such a competitive batch. There were so many wonderful students in various activities, but she used to excel all. And Aparna, to start today, let us start about your studies. What is that driving force which made you to take up medicine and helped you in your professional career?
Yes, ma'am. To start up, like I am an average student actually, not doing very great and all, because my father is a businessman. He's busy with his business, and my mom, she's a passed and just from Telugu medium. So, but their dreams were like we have to study well. So they started our studies in English medium school. We are very lucky with for that. And at that time, St. John's is supposed to be the best school. So our parents got us into this school. So not much support from parents actually, because they are very busy with their works, and we are all four kids and that two girls. So my mom is busy with that work and my father is busy with his business. So we were like kind of average students starting up. So then later, as we grew, as we matured, we started understanding things. Then we started living dreams of our parents actually. So we started understanding their stories. So actually, my grandfather wanted my father to be a doctor. So, and I started growing listening to that story. And when I came to my fifth and sixth standards, actually, I understood that. And I took it into my mind very seriously. So, by the time I came to ninth and 10th standards, I really started living for that. So whenever somebody asked me in my ninth and 10th standards, even my school colleagues, like in my ninth and 10th standards, know like, yes, Aparna wants to become a doctor and she will be a doctor. That's what. Now when we meet, our friends say that you wanted always to be a doctor and you are. So very nice of you. That's what is the compliment I receive. So kind of average student to a bright student was only because of the school. I never went to any tuition and my parents never forced me for that. I happily grew enjoying my childhood, playing, sharing things, telling stories, everything. We never missed anything running for tuitions and all. Everything was taught in school and we learnt it. So my advice to young parents of like first second standard kids would be like, don't pressurize your kids, don't judge them at this point itself that they are average student, below average student, dull student. Please don't label them, because you never know, they are just enjoying their life and they are not very serious, they are just happy and joyful kids. So let them go their way, but just guide them, because schools are there to take care of them and their education. You need not stress them again sending to tuitions again after coming home and just take away their happy time. Yes. So recently I heard from my daughter like one of her friends is going to tuition in her second standard. I was just surprised. I said like, we never had this tuition business till our 10th standard actually. Even in my plus 1, plus 2, I never had any tuitions. So why this tuition, I don't really understand, because you can't expect your kid to be a state topper or like anything else at first and second standards. Just give them their time. Actually, first, second, third, fourth standards till fifth standard, which we call primary school, is actually a very important period for kids. This is the time when they have to eat well, play well, for them to achieve puberty at right time, for them to have like inculcated with all good habits. This is the time when they start learning like sharing things with other kids. This is very important. If sharing is not taught properly to the kids, then starts this concept of jealousy, which is very dangerous for the life of the kid. Throughout their life they are going to carry this with them and they are going to suffer a lot, and which hinders their progress. So it's very important that you give your time, little bit of your time, as well as leave kids for their time during their primary school. It's very important for the young parents to understand this. And
That's
also,
really a wonderful point,
yes,
Aparna. I really enjoyed listening to you, because I know that, after school, the students rush home, they have a family time, they have some play time in their residential areas, and they used to enjoy being with grandparents. Now, because of this busy life, children really missing the family time. And this primary, how it influences the high school, how it influences the secondary, that also our doctor definitely, because she underwent all these and she has seen one generation changing into another generation. So how the primary kid who is allowed to have the joyful moment is taken up the wonderful health, like a quality, healthy life in secondary. So that also, Aparna, kindly explain to our parents, our students, our St. John's community. You can maybe few of the important points in English and also in Telugu, so that it reaches many.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
yes. సో నేను చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే అండి, ప్రైమరీ స్కూల్ అంటే ఈ చిన్నపిల్లలకి వాళ్ళు ఆడుకునే టైంని మనం వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వాలి. డోంట్ కిల్ దట్ విత్ ట్యూషన్స్. ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ప్లీజ్ దీన్ని అర్థం చేసుకోండి. మీరు సెకండ్, థర్డ్, ఫోర్త్ స్టాండర్డ్స్లోనే వాళ్ళ పైన ఇంత ప్రెషర్ పెడితే వాళ్ళ మైండ్ సరిగా పనిచేయదు. దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఆడుకునే పిల్లలకి చాలా చాలా తేడా ఉంటుందండి. ఏ రోజైతే మనం ఎక్సర్సైజ్ బాగా చేస్తామో ఆ రోజు మన మైండ్ చాలా చురుగ్గా ఉంటుంది అండ్ మన బాడీ కూడా మనకి బాగా సహకరిస్తుంది. ఏ రోజైతే మనం ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేయమో ఆ రోజంతా డల్గా ఉంటుంది, మూడీగా ఉంటుంది. సో సేమ్ థింగ్ అలానే పిల్లలకు కూడా అంతే. వాళ్ళు ఆడుకున్నప్పుడు దే విల్ బి వెరీ హ్యాపీ అండ్ మిగతా పిల్లలతో కలిసి వాళ్ళు ఆడుకున్నప్పుడు దే షేర్ అ లాట్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్. చాలా విషయాలు వాళ్ళు నేర్చుకుంటారు, నేర్పిస్తారు. ఇలా చాలా ఎక్స్చేంజ్ జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది. అలా జరగకుండా
Lots of learning. Yes, good, good.
సో అలా జరగకుండా ఓన్లీ మీరు ఇంట్లో పెట్టేసేసి ఒక గదిలో పెట్టేసేసి పిల్లల్ని వాళ్ళని రెస్ట్రిక్ట్ చేస్తే డెఫినెట్లీ వాళ్ళకి ఇంకా ఆప్షన్ లేనప్పుడు దే టెన్ టు మూవ్ టువర్డ్స్ సెల్ ఫోన్. సో నా దిస్ ఇస్ ద బిగ్గెస్ట్ బర్నింగ్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఫర్ పేరెంట్స్. మేము ఆపలేకపోతున్నాం మా పిల్లల్ని, సెల్ ఫోన్ ఇస్తేనే కామ్గా ఉంటున్నారు, లేకపోతే దే ఆర్ థ్రోయింగ్ టాంట్రమ్స్. దిస్ ఇస్ ద మెయిన్ కంప్లైంట్. సి ఐ విల్ టెల్ యూ, kids are not born with cell phones, so they don't know about cell phones. It is us who are teaching them about cell phones. Please realize this point. వాళ్ళకి ఏం తెలియదండి, మనం నేర్పించిందే వాళ్ళు నేర్చుకుంటారు. అండ్ ఇంకొక ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే మనం ఏం చేస్తే ఇట్స్ నాట్ దే ఆర్ లెర్నింగ్ ఆన్ దెమ్సెల్వ్స్. మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నామో అదే చూసి నేర్చుకుంటారు. సో పిల్లల్ని సెల్ ఫోన్ వాడద్దు అని చెప్పే ముందు పేరెంట్స్గా మనం ఎంత లిమిటెడ్గా దాన్ని యూస్ చేస్తున్నాము అనేది వాళ్ళు గమనిస్తారు. అప్పుడే మనం చెప్పిన మాటకి వాళ్ళు వాల్యూ ఇస్తారు, భయపడతారు. అంతేగాని ఊరికే అరిచి కొట్టి వాళ్ళని భయపడడానికి ట్రై చేస్తే వాళ్ళు మారినట్టు నటిస్తారు అంతే. సో మీ భయపడతారు తప్పించి అదర్వైజ్ వాళ్ళ మనసులో ఎప్పుడు దాని గురించి ఆలోచన ఉంటుంది.
Yes. And one important aspect here, yes, exercise and being active physically, definitely good hormone, happy hormone helps the children grow in a happy environment. But recently I have observed, Aparna, that the puberty stage of the girls used to be 12 years, uh, maybe last two generations, but this generation it has come down so drastically. 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old at the puberty stage. Can you just tell us what is the reason for it? Why the puberty of the girls have come down so drastically? It's not 12 years anymore. It is sometimes 9 years and 8 years, which is troublesome for the girl, troublesome for the family to manage those 3 important days.
Yes, ma'am. So as I said, primary schooling is very important. జనరలీ పిల్లలు ఈ టైంలో కొంచెం సిక్ అవుతూ ఉంటారు ఫ్రీక్వెంట్గా. సో మనం ఎక్కువ ప్యానిక్ అవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. ఒక్కొక్కసారి వాళ్ళు సిక్ అయినప్పుడల్లా దే గెట్ ఫీవర్, ఇట్ మీన్స్ దే ఆర్ ఫైటింగ్. వాళ్ళకి ఆ ఇమ్యూనిటీ వచ్చే ఆ ఛాన్స్ని మనం ఇవ్వాలి. సో దే హ్యావ్ టు గో అవుట్ అండ్ ప్లే, దే హ్యావ్ టు గెట్ ఎక్స్పోజ్ టు ద ఎన్వైరాన్మెంట్. సో ఈ ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ ఫ్యాక్టర్స్, దీస్ ఆర్ ఆల్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ కిడ్స్. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, మనం వీఆర్ నాట్ అలోయింగ్ కిడ్స్ టు ప్లే సో మచ్. సో వీఆర్ గివింగ్ దెమ్ ఆల్ ద జంక్ పాసిబుల్. సో like when kids are given something very tasty, definitely they opt for it. They doesn't go for healthy foods when you give them later. So even before they taste this junk, you should introduce a very good healthy diet to the kids. Then its value should be taught. అంటే ఏమేం తినాలి, ఏది మంచిది, మన కల్చర్లో ఏముంది. సో దట్స్ వాట్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ పాస్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ జనరేషన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ అవర్ ancestors. So that has to be initially taught to the kids. Then they should understand like this junk is just an accessory, this is not the main snack or main meal. So this should be going into the kids' mind. So adi mana badyata. సో చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి వాళ్ళు తినే ఫుడ్ ఏదైనా కానీ మనం అలవాటు చేసింది. సో ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ఎ సడన్ పెద్దగా వాళ్ళు మారిపోవాలని ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తే ఇట్ కెనాట్ హ్యాపెన్. సో వెన్ దే ఆర్ యంగ్ యూ షుడ్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ గుడ్ ఈటింగ్ హ్యాబిట్స్. సో దే షుడ్ ఈట్ ఆన్ టైంకి తినాలి అండ్ కరెక్ట్ ఫుడ్ తినాలి. సో ఏం తీసుకోవాలి, దిస్ ఇస్ ఆల్ లైక్ పాస్ ఫ్రమ్ అవర్ జనరేషన్. సో వీ నో our grandmothers, grandparents will be keeping on insisting like they should eat this at this age, they should take this kind of food at this age, then only they can grow well. This is all taught, but now at this present generation we are not living together as joint families. That is one of the drawback, as well as our parents, like we as parents are generally busy. Both parents are like working now, so we are busy that we don't generally don't give much attention to kids food habits. So this is all giving rise to something called precocious puberty, that is called like attaining maturity at an younger age. So main factor like which is preventable, I mean like which we can address and then prevent this precocious puberty is obesity. సో మనం జనరల్గా అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాము, మన గ్రాండ్ పేరెంట్స్ కూడా చెప్తారు, పిల్లలు జనరలీ 8-9 years 10 years వాళ్ళు బొద్దుగా ఉంటే అమ్మో త్వరగా మెచ్యూర్ అవుతారేమో, ఎందుకు ఇంత పెడుతున్నారు, జాగ్రత్తగా చూడండి, వాళ్ళు ఏం తీసుకుంటున్నారో చూసుకోండి, మన గ్రాండ్ పేరెంట్స్ మనకు చెప్తూ ఉండేవాళ్ళు. సో సేమ్ థింగ్, దట్స్ వాట్ ఎవర్ దే వర్ థింకింగ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ కరెక్ట్ యాక్చువల్లీ. సో ఏమవుతుంది, ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎక్కువ జంక్ ఫుడ్ ఇస్తున్నాము, వీ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ దిస్ ఎక్స్ట్రా కరిక్యులర్ యాక్టివిటీస్ మచ్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్. సో ఎక్కువ జంక్ పెడుతున్నాము అండ్ వాళ్ళకి పైగా యాక్టివిటీస్ లేవు అండ్ దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఎక్స్పోజ్ టు గుడ్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ కండిషన్స్. సో ఆల్ దిస్ పుట్ టుగెదర్, వాట్ ఎవర్ యంగ్ గర్ల్స్ అండ్ బాయ్స్, యంగ్ గర్ల్స్లో 8 yearsకి మెచ్యూర్ అయితే కనుక ప్రికాషస్ ప్యూబర్టీ అంటాము, అండ్ బాయ్స్లో 9 yearsకే మెచ్యూర్ అయితే కనుక దెన్ వీ కాల్ ప్రికాషస్ ప్యూబర్టీ. గర్ల్స్లో ఏముంటుందంటే అన్నెసెసరీగా ఎట్ దట్ ఏజ్ వెన్ ఎవ్రీబడి ఈజ్ సో లీన్ and slim, they find a different body habitus. వాళ్ళకి బ్రెస్ట్ ఎన్లార్జ్మెంట్ వస్తుంది, బ్రెస్ట్ ముందే డెవలప్ అయిపోతుంది అండ్ దే స్టార్ట్ మెన్స్ట్రేటింగ్, వాళ్ళకి పీరియడ్స్ స్టార్ట్ అయిపోతాయి. సో దే ఆర్ సో ఇన్కన్వీనియంట్ అండ్ దే డోంట్ నో లిటరలీ అబౌట్ దిస్ అండ్ దే ఆర్ నాట్ ఎట్ అన్ ఏజ్ టు హ్యాండిల్ దిస్. సో దే ఫైండ్ ఇట్ రియల్లీ ట్రబ్లింగ్. నాకు ఎందుకు ఇలా అవుతుంది, దే డోంట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ టు దెమ్ ఆల్సో ఎట్ దాట్ ఏజ్ అండ్ దే ఫీల్ దే ఆర్ లైక్ లిటిల్ మెచ్యూర్, ఓవర్ మెచ్యూర్ ఆర్ లిటిల్ ఎల్డర్ టు దేర్ colleagues, to other pupils, peer group. So they feel totally depressed and less self-esteemed. So from there comes all kind of different behaviors which we are facing now, depression.
So true, yes.
So this is all like about the environment which we are exposing them to, and the food which we are giving to them, and less physical activity. All these are putting kids at stake of this precocious puberty, which is like really depressing for the kids for their age.
That's really wonderful. To put it in a nutshell, this only 3 important aspects, my dear parents, St. John's community. Make your child feel comfortable and happy without junk food. Give healthy food. Make them run and play. Let them fall down, it's okay. Let them run and play. Physical activity, physical exercise in natural environment. It's not that you take them to some area. It's not that a forcible one, a happy one. You leave them. It's not all the time a trainer behind them. That is also a forcible activity. Leave them happily. Let them have good physical activity. Let them run and play in the grounds, open grounds. And I am blessed and happy that St. John's students do this every day. And third important aspect is fill the self-esteem of your child by encouraging, using positive words, good food, no to junk, exercise, good self-esteem. This definitely will help them to achieve their milestones accordingly. Just when we are part with the nature, when we go according to the nature, things work so wonderfully in man's life. And before going to it, Aparna has completed her education, school education at St. John's, LKG to class 10. She has three more sisters who also completed till 10th, and they are all well settled at various places. As she has introduced herself, father and mother, such God fearing, pious people, they have helped these four girls grow up in such an environment that they know what is life, and they touch the lives of many today. And I'm proud and I thank those two parents who really helped these girls. And after completion of her intermediate, without much stress, she enjoyed preparing for her medical entrance, and she has completed her MBBS at Ashram,
Yes, ma'am.
and then kindly go ahead with your higher education and also service
Yes, ma'am.
before coming to, she is now at Guntur district, just 20 kilometers away from us. Everyone, she is ready to treat, help, counsel all the St. John students and parents. That I'll speak about it at the end of the live. Now her education.
So, ma'am, like after my schooling, I did my plus one, plus two in Tenali itself. Simultaneously, I got trained for my medical entrance during my plus one, plus two. And I'm very happy and I feel lucky that I got very good lecturers in my plus one, plus two. That I directly entered into my medical profession from my plus one, plus two without wasting even a single month actually.
That's a wonderful achievement. Immediately after 12th, she just entered into the medical college.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm proud of you. Yes.
Then I did my MBBS in Ashram Medical College, Elur, West Godavari district. I have to tell some points about me, which made me unique in my MBBS education or my PG or my whatever, wherever I worked, certain characters which made me unique. This it's not about boasting about myself, but these are certain qualities which I gained from my schooling, so which helped me flourish well in my career. So maybe if you can absorb these qualities from this great institution, this might help you and your kids, and like help you understand that schooling is more important than anything else. So let me tell those few points. So once I got into my secondary school, like I started realizing, like only if we study well, if we do well at, if we study well, then we can reach greater heights. So that point got into my mind because my father was always telling, like, study well, that will only keep you up in your life. So you shouldn't depend on anybody for your financial things, anything. You shouldn't depend on anybody. You should know everything and you should be able to manage everything on your own. This is what always my father was telling. We are all four girls, but my father was never having this feeling like I don't have a boy. He's so happy because we all we were like leaders. Any marriage or any event to be organized, we don't need anybody's help. We are there alone, fighting, arranging things, getting things done, and everything is so perfectly organized, and my mom and dad are just relaxed at these events. So this is how they were telling us, like, from our childhood. So this is not something you can pressurize or stress on your kids. This is something which you have to do and your kids follow it. So my father used to work hard. So we used to understand, okay, he's working so hard for us. So we have to do something back to them. So we have to help them. So how we can do this? So we should study well. We should settle well. That's the greatest thing we can give to them. We shouldn't be a burden to them. That's what was always in our mind when we listen to our parents or when we see them working hard for us. So that's how we grew. Then when I came to my 10th standard, actually there is something which I want to share. Our dearest principal sir, J.R. Mohan Rao sir, left us. So we were all depressed, saddened, and we are all left like orphans actually. We didn't know what next, because always everybody feels like he is the tiger sitting over there and commanding everything and taking over everything, and there will be no other person like sir. This is what we see from our childhood.
Yes.
So then there was one of sir's dream, like we should do well and our school should cross this mark of 540 out of 600. So when sir left us, it was like burning inside me that yes, sir's dream should be fulfilled and I should work hard for this. So till then I was a little serious, but from then I became like really working only for it. So in my 10th standard, I really worked hard, and we achieved that for the first time, crossing that 540 mark out of 600. At that time, it was
Yes.
really difficult task for us.
Yes.
And with, I should tell you, the support of Suraj sir and Annie teacher, we got this actually. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened at all, because they were working harder than us for like to elevate us, to push us to that level actually.
Yes.
So we are blessed, like we had Mohan Rao sir as teacher, Suraj sir as teacher, Annie madam as teacher. So they don't generally teach only academics. We have so many proverbs coming up in between, so many examples coming up in between. They used to teach us including everything like
Yes.
table manners also. And Suraj sir is so awesome, like he used to teach us so many good things. We just used to like adore him a lot
Yes.
for his good English, for his style, for the way he presents himself, and the way he takes care of school kids. So we were never resented like Mohan Rao sir is not there, because sir took it over so well, so nicely, and so boldly
Yes.
at an younger age, and sir is taking it forward very nicely, and I'm very happy for both of you, madam.
Thank you so much. It was such a wonderful testimony that you have, shared after almost 2002. This is 2022
Yes, ma'am.
and 20 years. So it is always a pleasure and wonderful feel for all of us, especially the teacher community, when we see our old students coming back to school, sharing their beautiful memories, being a student and now being a responsible, compassionate doctor. Because at this point, I should share one small thing. Her fourth sister, she is the elder at home, and fourth one, she used to always say when she was in fifth class, sixth class, what do you want to be, girl? I used to ask. I want to finish my fashion technology and I want to work in the fashion world. During those days, someone speaking this is something amazing to me. I said, good, you should be doing. Now, of course, she's completed her MTech and she definitely one day she will be that. But she gave me a witness 2 years back. Ma'am, you should see the patients of Aparna. Aparna is Dr. Aparna, her elder sister. They literally adore and serve her as a goddess because she she behaves as if, not a doctor but a goddess who is going to heal and give life to them. That was a great testimony. When I heard from Aparna's sister, I praised God, I thanked God. You are with our students. It's not that she's a doctor and she got a good name and fame and she works hard. It's not that. But she touches the lives of the people who are underprivileged, who can't even step into a big hospital, but they are in need and she helps them. That's what is St. John's alumni. So I thank you for that wonderful thing. Now, Aparna, coming to the high school students.
Yes, ma'am.
So, secondary and senior secondary. What is that you would like to talk and give few tips from your point of like the health wise or the general issues? You can just give them
Yes.
that.
So, if primary schooling is done well academically, it's okay. It will be like kind of average thing, because there's not much to learn or not much to mug up and things like that. It's all just building the basics. So let kids be joyful in that period. Now little serious phase starts in our life, that is secondary school. So here what happens is like there is this academics going on simultaneously, but there is a kind of emotional instability that will start popping up in the secondary school. So we underwent all this phase, and we see many kids undergoing this phase, and many kids end up in my OPD for counseling because their mothers bring them here. So what happens? They become emotionally unstable. They feel parents doesn't love them much, and they try to get attached to friends more.
Yeah.
They feel attracted to fascinating things more. So there is a chance like kids may get deviated from their original track at this moment. But still, if they are under your guidance, and if somebody is monitoring them, they're still worried like, okay, we shouldn't do this. This is not good. This is bad. So they realize it. But if some monitoring is missing, there is a chance from here your kids may get deviated to other things rather than what you are expecting. So it's very important at this point, like before teens and early teens, that you have to monitor your kids. This doesn't mean like you have to stress them or you have to pressurize them. You just have to reassure them, reinforce your love towards them, and be a good example. Behave well before you advise your kids. If you behave well, your kids will automatically follow you and they behave well. So before advising your kids, so it's very important that you are behaving well. So behaving well for parent means you have to monitor your kid, you have to guide your kid, you have to reassure them and reinforce your love at this stage so that they doesn't go out of your track to anything else.
Yes, and from the beginning, if you might have observed, if you are following this life from the beginning, only one thing revolves around. It is not what we say, but what we do. My dear parents, my dear adults, my dear St. John's community, your child imitate you. They don't follow your instruction. Sometimes they pretend that they listen to your instruction, but nothing goes into the ears. But their eyes are always watching. That's why we, being teachers, also will be very, very careful. It's our instruction, our story, our motivation is a part, but the whole is they observe the way we walk, the way we come to school, the way we handle a situation. Being regular, being punctual is not just the rule. Are you being regular? They check whether the class teacher is regular or punctual. Then they do the same. Parents also, if you are sitting in front of the gadgets for many hours and you expect your child to handle their stress, their emotions, because at puberty, lot of emotions, they end up explaining and expressing few of the problems with the friends rather than parents, because they don't find the parents sharing that emotion with them. So I want all the parents, as Aparna says, let us spend some time every day, 10 minutes, not more than that. At the end of the school, 10 minutes. How are you? How was your day? What happened today? Hey, something happened on your hand? Oh, there is something. If they are at puberty, little acne. Maybe she will explain that also. Little acne or unwanted hair, some body changes, and you have the voice breaking for the boys. They feel little ashamed and they want to open up their voices. So, how to handle such things is be next to them, sit with them, talk to them, listen to them. You handle that in a very pleasant and graceful way. Children will enjoy that. Few tips about it?
Yes, yes. So moms should spend some time actually with girls. They have to tell them like what is good touch, what is bad touch. So and they shouldn't leave girls to neighbors or anybody else believing them.
Even,
This is,
even the relatives.
yes, yes, anybody else. It should be either parents or grandparents, not beyond them. This is very important for this generation because we find so many things happening around us. So it's always better, like either we are there or our parents, that's all. We cannot believe anybody else and leave our kids. So girls should be taught about good touch and bad touch. This is very important for them at this early teens. And boys should be taught like how to respect girls. Girls are also like your moms, so they should be respected. How to respect them, how much to care for them, whether it is your own sister or anybody else's sister or any other girl or be it your cousin. But boy should be taught like he should be responsible. He should grow up with that responsible feeling inside him. He shouldn't feel like it's a girl and all. He should feel like yes, she should be taken care of. So he should know this. This can be put into his mind only in the early teens, and that can be done only by his mom actually. So mothers play a very important role in the early teens, and you should always support your girls.
Yes.
Now because girls they start menstruating in their early teens, so they start their breast development, they start getting this pimples, little unwanted hair, so they'll be feeling new about it. They're a little bit confused. What is happening to me? Is this correct? Is this the same way everybody else is, or am I little different? Is it pathological? I mean, like, is this a disease or something what I'm having now? So they have so many confusions with them. So then mother should be a strong, stand by them and tell like, this is what is expected at your age, and this is how this goes on. This is the next step for this, so this is what you have to expect. So this has to be taught to the girls. Then they'll be reassured, and when they get so much information about this, they feel yes, I should share everything to my mother. So I should tell her. She is the best guide. She understands me in every way possible. So I should share everything to my mom. So this is the feeling and reassurance they get when you discuss things in so much detail. This shouldn't be a taboo to discuss, or mothers shouldn't feel shy to discuss.
Yes.
Generally, mothers say like they ask grandparents to discuss or somebody else, some aunt to discuss about this because they feel shy to discuss with their daughter. No, please don't do that. You sit and take her hands into your hands and then discuss in detail with your daughter what is happening and what to be expected and what will happen in future. Then the girl gets really reassured and they'll be your girl forever. And then similarly with boys, so maybe boys may feel little shy with moms, so dad should take over at this point. So till then, till their early teens, boys will be very close to moms, but in their early teens they need more of like same gender, so they need dad's help. So they should tell them like, yes, these are the things that are going to happen to you, and this is totally normal. So just don't get worried, and everybody undergoes the same phase. So this reassurance should come to a boy from his dad. Suppose in his absence, maybe mom can take over.
Yes. And one important aspect, late teenage, I mean 19, then early youth 2021, this generation experiencing low HB, the hemoglobin levels, because of some kind of their problems of the period cycles. What is the precaution, or what is the thing that they have to think about such things? Should they be panicked for such things, or is that can be happily treatable?
Yes, ma'am. Again, as I said, immunity is very important. So to have good immunity, you need good hemoglobin. సో పాలిపోయినట్లు ఉన్నారు పిల్లలు ఇలా అనిపిస్తుంది కదా, దీనికి చాలా కారణాలు ఉంటాయండి. నేను చెప్పినట్టు ముందుగానే పీరియడ్స్ స్టార్ట్ అవ్వడం ఇలాంటివి జరిగినప్పుడు చాలా బ్లడ్ లాస్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళకి చాలా హార్మోన్ ఇంబ్యాలెన్స్ వస్తుంది. సో ఖచ్చితంగా వాళ్ళ పీరియడ్స్ సరిగ్గా ఉండవు. సో ఎంత లావుగా ఉంటే వాళ్ళకి అంత హార్మోన్ ఇంబ్యాలెన్స్, దానివల్ల వాళ్ళ పీరియడ్స్ అంత ఇర్రెగ్యులర్ అయిపోతాయి. ఒక్కొక్కసారి 1.5 monthsకి వస్తుంది, 2 monthsకి వస్తుంది, 3 monthsకి వస్తుంది, 4 monthsకి వస్తుంది. అండ్ వెన్ ఇట్ ఈస్ డిలేడ్ సో మచ్, అంత లేట్ అయినప్పుడు ఖచ్చితంగా బ్లీడింగ్ ఎక్కువ అవుతుంది. సో అంత బ్లీడింగ్ ప్రతిసారి అవుతున్నప్పుడు ఖచ్చితంగా హీమోగ్లోబిన్ లెవెల్స్ అనేవి డ్రాప్ అవుతాయి. హీమోగ్లోబిన్ లెవెల్స్ డ్రాప్ అవడం అనేది ఇట్స్ మన ఇండియాలో చాలా కామన్గా చూస్తాము. అండ్ యాక్చువల్లీ దాని ఇంటెన్సిటీ ఎంత, అంటే దానివల్ల మన లైఫ్లో ఎంత మనం నష్టపోతున్నాం అనేది ఎక్కువ మందికి తెలియకపోవడం వల్ల దానికి మనం సరైన ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇవ్వట్లేదు. సో హీమోగ్లోబిన్ తగ్గిపోతే చిన్నపిల్లల్లో కూడా దే కాన్ బి యాక్టివ్. వాళ్ళు యాక్టివ్గా పని చేయలేరు, ఎందుకంటే ఊరికి చిన్న పని చేస్తేనే అలసిపోతారు. ఆకలి ఉండదు, అస్సలు ఆకలి ఉండదు వాళ్ళకి. మీరేమో తినట్లేదు అని ఫోర్స్ చేస్తారు, కానీ వాళ్ళకి బ్లడ్ పర్సంటేజ్ తక్కువ ఉండడం వల్ల అస్సలు ఆకలి ఉండదు. సో సరిగ్గా తినకపోవడం వల్ల రక్తహీనత అనేది ఇంకా పెరుగుతుంది. సో ఇట్ గోస్ ఇన్ ఎ సైకిల్. దానివల్ల వాళ్ళు ఇంకా స్కూల్లో పర్ఫార్మెన్స్ తగ్గిపోతుంది, బ్యాక్ బెంచర్స్ అయిపోతారు. ఉండే కొద్దీ వాళ్ళ ర్యాంక్స్ అన్ని కిందకి వెళ్ళిపోతూ ఉంటాయి. సో వాట్ ఎవర్ దే ఆర్ లెర్నింగ్, ఆ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ పోతుంది వాళ్ళకి. దే కెనాట్ ప్లే వెల్, దే కెనాట్ జస్ట్ ప్లే విత్ అదర్ కిడ్స్ యాజ్ దే ఆర్ ప్లేయింగ్. సో దే గెట్ డిప్రెస్డ్. సో అలా మూడీగా సైలెంట్గా పక్కన ఉంటారు, డల్గా ఉంటారు. సో వీ షుడ్ ఐడెంటిఫై దెమ్. వాళ్ళని మనం ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలి. సో బ్లీడింగ్ ఎక్కువ అవుతుందా, ఇవన్నీ క్వశ్చన్స్ మనం అడుగుతూ ఉండాలి. కిడ్స్ని అడుగుతూ ఉంటే వాళ్ళు చెప్తారు. సో దెన్ యూ మే హ్యావ్ టు కన్సల్ట్ ఏ డాక్టర్. వాళ్ళు మీకు ట్రీట్మెంట్ ఇస్తారు. వన్స్ మీరు ఆ బ్లడ్ పర్సంటేజ్ కరెక్షన్ స్టార్ట్ చేయగానే ఇమీడియట్ చేంజ్ మీరు చూసేది ఏంటంటే ఆకలి పెరుగుతుంది పిల్లల్లో. దే స్టార్ట్ గెటింగ్ యాక్టివ్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ దెమ్ టు డూ అ ప్రాపర్ స్కూలింగ్. వాళ్ళ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అంతా కరెక్ట్గా జరగాలన్నా, వాళ్ళు మంచిగా ఆడుకోవాలి అన్నా కానీ ఈ బ్లడ్ పర్సంటేజ్ అనేది కరెక్ట్గా మెయింటైన్ అవడం అనేది చాలా 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 ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్. అండ్ పేరెంట్స్ దాన్ని ఐడెంటిఫై చేయగలగాలి అండ్ ట్రీట్ చేయగలగాలి. సో ఈ మెన్స్ట్రల్ ఇర్రెగ్యులారిటీస్ ఇవన్నీ మళ్ళీ యాక్చువల్లీ మనం ప్రైమరీ స్కూల్లో వాళ్ళ హెల్త్ సరిగా చూసుకోకపోవడం వల్ల వాళ్ళు ఫేస్ చేసే ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. యాక్చువల్లీ ఈ కోవిడ్ పాండమిక్ తర్వాత నా ఓపీకి ఎక్కువ మంది 13-year-old 14-year-old గర్ల్స్ నుంచి 22 years వరకు దే ఆర్ వాకింగ్ ఇన్ టు మై ఓపీడీ. మెనీ పీపుల్, చాలా ఎక్కువ మందిని చూస్తున్నాను ఇంతకుముందు చూసేదానికన్నా. బికాస్ కోవిడ్ వల్ల ఏమైంది, లాక్డౌన్ వచ్చింది. లాక్డౌన్ వల్ల దేర్ ఆర్ నో స్కూల్స్. వెరీ 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 డివాస్టేటింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఆన్ కిడ్స్. స్కూల్స్ లేవు, లాక్డౌన్ అయిపోయింది, యాక్టివిటీస్ లేవు, దే కాంట్ గో అవుట్ అండ్ ప్లే. సో దే ఆర్ సిట్టింగ్ ఎట్ హోమ్. Only thing is like Swiggy, Zomato and Uber Eats are working well. So they got their food. They were sitting at home, watching TV, watching mobile, playing video games, and then eating junk food. సో ఆల్ దిస్ పుట్ టుగెదర్, మీరు నమ్మరు, నా దగ్గరకు ఒక 13 ఏళ్ళ అమ్మాయి వచ్చిందండి. హర్ వెయిట్ ఈజ్ 83 kg. 83 kg at 13 years. I just didn't know. నాకు ఎలా స్టార్ట్ చేసి కౌన్సిల్ చేయాలో కూడా అర్థం కాలేదు. I was just looking at the parents. They were like, she gained 20 kg in just COVID pandemic. 20 kg ఒక అమ్మాయి సడన్గా గెయిన్ అయితే ఎన్ని ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ రావచ్చు. షీ వాజ్ హ్యావింగ్ థైరాయిడ్ ఇష్యూ, షీ వాజ్ హ్యావింగ్ ప్రికాషస్ ప్యూబర్టీ, షీ ఈస్ హ్యావింగ్ ఇర్రెగ్యులర్ మెన్స్ట్రల్ సైకిల్స్, షీ ఈస్ బ్లీడింగ్ అ లాట్ డ్యూరింగ్ హర్ సైకిల్స్. సో ఇలా ప్రతిదీ ఒకదాని మీద ఒకటి షీ గాట్ యాడెడ్ అప్ అండ్ షీ హ్యాడ్ ప్లెంటీ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అండ్ షీ వాజ్ ఫీలింగ్ లైక్, మ్యామ్ వై దిస్ ఫర్ మీ? నాతో పాటు అందరూ బాగున్నారు, నేను మాత్రం ఎందుకు ఇలా అయిపోయాను? నాకు ఆడాలనిపించట్లేదు, నాకు బయటకు వెళ్ళాలంటే ఒకలాగా అనిపిస్తుంది, ఐ హావ్ గెయిన్ సో మచ్ వెయిట్. సో షీ వాజ్ డిప్రెస్డ్ యాక్చువల్లీ. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఈ కోవిడ్ తర్వాత అందరి హెల్త్ పాడైపోయిందండి. సో దేర్ వాజ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ వెయిట్ గెయిన్, వర్క్ స్ట్రెస్, అన్ని ఎవ్రీథింగ్ చేంజ్ సో మచ్ ఇన్ లైఫ్. సో you have to realize like now it's high time. So almost we are like out of this COVID pandemic by God's grace. So we should encourage our kids into their original tracks. So they should go out, play, they should eat good food, reinforce over the health once again and reinforce over the food habits once again. ప్లీజ్ డూ దిస్ ఫర్ యువర్ కిడ్స్. అండ్ నా దగ్గరికి ఎంతమంది ఈ పీసీఓడి ప్రాబ్లంతో వస్తున్నారంటే యూ జస్ట్ కాంట్ ఇమాజిన్. ఆల్మోస్ట్ కొంత టైం వరకు హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ మై ఓపీడీ వాజ్ లైక్ ఓన్లీ పీసీఓడి బికాస్ ఆఫ్ వెయిట్ గెయిన్ ఇన్ పాండమిక్. సో వాళ్ళకి నేను ఇచ్చే అడ్వైస్ ఒకటే, చేంజ్ యువర్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్. సో ఇట్స్ ఆల్ అబౌట్ యువర్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్. లైఫ్ స్టైల్లో ఓన్లీ 2 things, good habits, eating habits, and then playing, exercise. So these are the 2 things which are missing. And one more important thing, kids under na దగ్గరికి ఇప్పుడు they are coming like I don't want to mention the institute names. They are stuck up in hostels. They wake up by 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock and then they rush to tuitions, classes, and then they're back to their rooms after study hours only after 11 o'clock. నాకు నిజంగా అర్థం కాలేదండి వాళ్ళకి నేను ఏం సజెస్ట్ చేయాలి అని. ఐ డెంట్ రియలీ నో ఎప్పుడు ఆడుకోవాలి మేడం, దిస్ ఈజ్ మై స్కెడ్యూల్, దిస్ ఈజ్ ద క్వశ్చన్ దట్ గర్ల్ హ్యాస్ ఆస్క్డ్ మీ. నేను ఎప్పుడు ఆడాలి మేడం, టెల్ మీ సమ్ టైమ్, నేను ఎప్పుడు ఆడాలి చెప్పండి, ఇది నా స్కెడ్యూల్ అని అడిగింది. పేరెంట్స్ ప్లీజ్ ప్లీజ్ డోంట్ ఎంకరేజ్ దిస్. మీరు ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళు చదవాలి, మంచి పొజిషన్కి వెళ్ళాలి, పెద్ద పెద్ద ర్యాంకులు రావాలి, వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడికో వెళ్ళిపోవాలి అని మీరు కలలు కంటున్నారు. కరెక్ట్, వెరీ ట్రూ అండ్ వెరీ మచ్ యాక్సెప్టబుల్. కానీ మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోలేదు ఏంటంటే దే ఆర్ లూజింగ్ దేర్ హెల్త్. At the cost of health, they are achieving good ranks. What is the point? My father always says, like, if health is not your priority, when you get ill health, it becomes only priority for you. సో హెల్త్ పాడైపోతే అప్పుడు నిజంగా దాని విలువ తెలుస్తుంది. అప్పటి వరకు యూ విల్ నాట్ కేర్ ఫర్ ఇట్. సో డోంట్ డూ దట్. This is what my father always says to me. So I'm telling you the same. Don't run behind marks and ranks. Select a proper institute for your kids. +1 +2 వాళ్ళకి ఆడుకునే వయసు అండి, వాళ్ళు కరెక్ట్గా ఎదిగే వయసు, ప్యూబర్టీ స్పర్ట్స్ వస్తాయి వాళ్ళకి. దట్ ఈస్ ద టైమ్ దే యాక్చువల్లీ గెయిన్ వెరీ గుడ్ హైట్ ఇన్ దేర్ physics. Yes. So this is the time they have to definitely play. So please be very very careful when you are joining your kids into hostels and institutes where they don't give importance to kids health sports. And yes. Physical activity. So I really appreciate sir and madam, even though they are going for +1 and +2, still school is holding up its ground and they are encouraging physical activity for the kids. So this is really a blessing for us. Blessing. So I really feel my kids should be here forever till her +2, and I hope they start their graduation also so that our health is like saved a lot.
Yes. And so, 11th and 12th I have chosen physical education, also one of the main subjects for their board examination. Yes. Where children are allowed to play and take up 70% is theory and 30% practicals. They really enjoy. One important aspect, as Aparna said, that pandemic, many children were stuck to the couches. They become couched potatoes, and then they were losing their best health during their young and formative years. But one success story of my student is, they live in a huge apartment complex where the child used to be little, the weight used to be overweight, and father and mother, father is also old student of St.John's, and now the girl is into the 11th class. She used to work in the cellar of the apartment during the pandemic days. She lost 15 kilograms in 6 months. Wow. And I asked, it was a wonderful, the minute I saw her after 4, 5 months, 6 months coming back to school, I was shocked with surprise. I said, girl, how did you lose your weight? She said, ma'am, did you do any diet? Have you stopped eating few things? She said, no ma'am, I was eating normal food, rice and vegetables, and evening little one chapati and food, rice. But I used to walk regularly in my cellar, maybe a short turn around, a circle, or maybe going up and down, very short. It may give us dizzy feel also, but the girl didn't give up. She used to walk 1 hour every day in that cellar, and she lost 15 kilograms. And she's smart and sharp and active girl now. That's one beautiful success story during the pandemic. So pandemic has both the sides. Yes, the children who took it positively and the children who took it undue advantage of it. And I had one nice question from a 12-year-old girl. I don't know, maybe girl or boy, but age 12, weight is 36 kilograms, height 149 centimeters. What should be my blood pressure? I didn't understand why they want to know this blood pressure.
Yeah. Okay, whoever it is, hi. So your height and weight should be always balanced. So your height in centimeters, I mean, like suppose if you are 141 centimeters minus 100,
yes,
should be your maximum weight. So 41 should be your maximum weight. Yes. And your blood pressures will be maintained like around 90 to 120 in systolic, I mean like numerator, and denominator should be somewhere like 70 to 80. This is the normal range. Certain people even live with 90 by 60 bp, which is totally normal for them until you feel dizzy or giddy above this. Otherwise you need not worry about your blood pressures. If it is low and still you are active and you are able to manage, then it is a normal pressure for you. So you need not worry so much about your blood pressure if you are doing well.
Good. I hope you got the answer, my dear boy or girl, I don't know, but age 12. And one parent asked PCOD problem. They want a remedy, as you have already spoken. They have some laparoscopy also they underwent. And the first child is IVF. Second child, will it be IVF or the normal?
ఎస్ సో నా దగ్గర చాలా మంది పేషెంట్స్ ఉన్నారండి ఐవీఎఫ్ చేయించుకొని డెలివరీ కోసం నా దగ్గరకు వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు. సో ఐ హ్యావ్ ఫ్యూ పీపుల్, కొంతమంది ఐవీఎఫ్ తర్వాత సెకండ్ టైం దేవర్ లైక్ వెరీ క్యాజువల్, మనకి ఫస్ట్ టైం ఐవీఎఫ్ కదా, సెకండ్ టైం అంత ఈజీగా రాదులే ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ అని చెప్పి క్యాజువల్గా ఉండి, బట్ సడన్లీ దే రియలైజ్డ్ దే గాట్ దేర్ ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ టెస్ట్ పాజిటివ్ అండ్ దేర్ సో హ్యాపీ అండ్ దే రష్ బ్యాక్ టు మీ. సో దేర్ ఈజ్ ఆల్వేస్ ఎ ఛాన్స్. ఫస్ట్ది ఐవీఎఫ్ అయితే సెకండ్ది కంపల్సరీగా ఐవీఎఫ్ అవ్వాలని రూల్ ఏమీ లేదండి. యూ కెన్ కన్సీవ్ నార్మల్లీ, బట్ మీకు పీసీఓడి ఉంది అని చెప్పారు కాబట్టి యాజ్ ఐ సెడ్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్ మోడిఫికేషన్ ఖచ్చితంగా ఫాలో అవ్వండి. గుడ్ డయట్ తీసుకోండి, ఇట్ షుడ్ బి ఎ బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ డయట్ అండ్ హెల్దీ ఎక్సర్సైజ్, అంటే మీ వెయిట్ కంట్రోల్లో ఉండేలా చూసుకోండి. యూ కెన్ డెఫినెట్లీ అచీవ్ ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ నార్మల్లీ వితౌట్ ది హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ఐవీఎఫ్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద టైమ్. సో ఆల్మోస్ట్ 90% మీరు అచీవ్ చేయగలుగుతారు, బట్ ప్రొవైడెడ్ మీ పీసీఓడి షుడ్ బి అండర్ కంట్రోల్. సో గుడ్ డయట్ అండ్ లైఫ్ స్టైల్ management should be done by you, then there is always a chance like you can conceive normally.
Wonderful. That's really a positive answer for IVF, whoever the parents underwent IVF. Today morning, I just before thought up, and I know that obstetrician is something to do with, but I have realized a gynecologist takes care of all the organs of the women, like fallopian tubules, ovaries, uterus, and all these. But obstetrician, you know what is the great thing about obstetrician? They make sure that there are normal deliveries. They take care of the first day of the pregnancy till the last minute of the pregnancy, along with the midwife. That's what I have learnt, especially today. So she is expert in both. She is expert in normal deliveries. She has given birth to wonderful babies. I mean, helped in giving birth to wonderful babies, where I have seen some of the pictures of the newborn babies, how healthy, because she's taken care of the patient from the day one till the last. Even now also, I'm waiting for her live from couple of months, because I honor and I respect her profession, as there were so many people waiting upon to have these deliveries, to have these medication, because they help in healing the people, help in giving life. You know, when at the birth time, it's a life, you know, coming out and having, shaping up and having generations and generations. So I always have a respect towards all these obstetricians and gynecologists. You're doing a great work, Aparna, and I'm glad that you will touch many lives. And there were many parents, actually I was speaking her, I want to make this as 3 stage, like first is primary, second is puberty stage, or the, you know, the teenage and early youth, third is trying to give some tips to my young parents. If you might have seen at the morning time and evening time, when the children are dropped in the school, when the children are taken back home, at my gate you see so many hundreds and hundreds of young girls, young mothers, because their first child is LKG and they're about to have the second child. So any tips for such parents who already the first child is LKG, UKG and looking for the second issue? So any tip for them, like how to take care, how to balance this first child when there is a second issue? Any medical tips or general tips?
ఎస్ సో ఆల్రెడీ ఒక బేబీ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు యూ విల్ బీ లిటరలీ టయర్డ్ రన్నింగ్ అరౌండ్ దెమ్. సో యూ విల్ నాట్ టేక్ కేర్ ఆఫ్ your health, own health much actually. So generally we see mothers bubbling and very excited about their first pregnancy, but not about their second,
Second.
because they are already tired running behind the elder one. So I tell you, like, I generally advise my patients whom I have delivered first and they are waiting for the second, they just come for the counseling. So I tell them, like, please take care of your health. You need to improve your hemoglobin levels, and you need to eat really well, exercise well. Because pregnancy time lo imagine oka 9-10 months oka weight constantly putting pressure on your pelvic muscles. సో అక్కడంతా చాలా ప్రెషర్ పడుతుంది, అది సిజేరియన్ అయినా అవనివ్వండి, నార్మల్ డెలివరీ అయినా అవ్వండి, బట్ త్రూ అవుట్ ప్రెగ్నెన్సీ ఆర్ క్యారింగ్ సమ్ వెయిట్ ఓవర్ దేర్. సో ఆ పెల్విక్ మజిల్స్ అంత హోల్డ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటాయి వెయిట్ని. సో దే బికమ్ సో లూజ్, they get sagged, so they cannot support much. So you need to do a good exercise after your first delivery. So exercise cheste ee muscles anni they get activated, they get toned, so they get ready for second one. Otherwise it will be damaged even more.
Furthermore.
So you need to take good diet and nutrition to help these muscles recover from their damage, and at the same time do some good exercise, pelvic floor exercises and post delivery exercises to activate these muscles and prepare them for the second issue. So before you plan for that, make sure you have at least 2 years gap, not beyond 5 actually. It should be 2 to 5 years actually. That is a good period actually. It is not like you shouldn't go beyond 5, but 2 to 5 is considered to be appropriate. So if it is possible for you, plan between 2 to 5 years of gap, and then plan for your second issue. And you should take care, I mean, like, make sure, like, before you plan your second issue, you get a counseling from a gynecologist once, get your blood levels checked, get your sugars checked, because now marriage age itself is delayed.
Yes.
So your first issue age is delayed, and your second issue age gets even more delayed. So there is a chance like you may cross your 30s. Yes. So you may have to take certain extra precautions, like keeping your sugars under control, your blood pressures under control, and there is a chance like you may develop some complications during your pregnancy. And beyond 30 years, there is some issue arising, like giving birth to kids after 30 years. Yes. So you need to get some extra tests to be done. So all this counseling, you need to get it done from a gynecologist obstetrician before you plan for your second issue. That is always advisable, and you should definitely be more healthy. And I tell you, please take care of your second issue as well, because you feel like you know everything, so you don't follow anything and you don't eat properly just as you have done in your first pregnancy. Yes. Please don't do that, because your health will be at stake if you do that. I mean, like, neglecting yourself during your second issue.
True. Women has to take care. Your health is very important. Your first child health is important, and also preparing for the second child. That is for my young parents of the school. Now coming to my older parents and also some of the teacher community who crossed 40, 45, early 40s, late 40s, some kind of menopausal issues.
Yes.
As a gynecologist, I would like you to give few tips.
Yes. So there are certain common problems which we encounter like after 35, 40s. So this is the perimenopausal group, like 40, 45 will be perimenopausal group, and 50 beyond menopause will be menopausal group. So what they generally get into is like excessive white discharge. They really don't know whether you need to consult a doctor or not. So and I tell you, our Indian ladies are very, very patient. So until it is like bottleneck to them, they don't attend any OPD for a consultation. Yes. So please don't do that. If mother is healthy, family will be healthy. Otherwise, if mother collapses, everything collapses. Please don't do that. So my advice to you will be like, eat well, be strong, then you can take care of your family, because mother is the pillar. That's all. She's the foundation. Only she can move the family ahead. So what problems can be expected are like excessive white discharge. So when this white discharge is excessive, it means there is some infection inside you, inside your uterus. I mean like cervix, exactly. So this infection, whenever there is an infection, you have to understand that when your immunity is lowered, then infection
Infection.
pops up. It takes over. Otherwise, your immunity will fight and you will not get that infection. So if there is some infection, it means your immunity is low. So it's time that you take care of your health. So excessive white discharge with some itching or burning sensation, or occasionally you may see some bleed mixed with your white discharge. So these are the small problems which you are confused like whether to take a consultation or not. Yes, it's
We need to.
important for you to take a consultation for this, because this is the starting point for your next big problems. This is a clue for that. So at this point, if you can come for a consultation, we can do certain tests which are less painful to you and less invasive to you. Please don't worry about pain, or please don't feel shy to consult.
Yes.
Please come forward to a gynecologist. It's a simple consultation which takes just a day of your time, but it will educate
Help.
you so much, and it will help you to prevent so many bigger problems that are going to pop up next to this.
So true. A stitch in time saves
Saves
nine
nine.
is our
Yes, ma'am.
proverb in copywriting. So, regular checkup, even see, our body is such a wonderful and miracle
Yes,
body,
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Even
Yes.
a small thing, it gives indication. Only thing is, we ignore, we don't take it much into the consideration, and we end up falling into bigger problems. So I really enjoyed Aparna's tips and all the wonderful affirmations, because being a woman, being a girl is a blessing, and we have to take care of the whole family, community, population, country. We need to be more strong, more powerful, and we need to take care of, we need to raise our sons also in the same way, we need to raise our daughters also in the same way. So I really enjoyed her talk today. I learned many things today from my student, such a wonderful human being. She turned out to be such a beautiful, smart, happy, and a wonderful soul, in and out, in and out. So I really enjoyed. And she has, last time when she had come for one of the national festivals, she has told me, Madam, we can have one health camp also for our students, for our parents, for our St. John's community. So maybe I'll have one thorough discussion. What is her, because many patients wait on her. Last night also at 2 o'clock, she has attended on one emergency and performed a surgery, and then she rushed to Tenali early in the morning to be with us, to give us all these guidelines, because doctors, they heal the people, they touch their lives, they give life to us. We blindly go to the doctor, right? Whatever they say, we just follow. That is their responsibility, to give life, extend a healthy life, so that we can enjoy our life on planet Earth. So I said, yes, Dr. Aparna, let us plan something for our students, for our parents, some nice free health camp where you can come down with your queries, you can come down with questions, you can have some. Do we have the checkup also, that health camp?
Yes, ma'am, we can
Oh,
do that
you
actually.
do the check.
So I can we can discuss some general topics like what are the expected problems and how to take care of them, what
Yes.
would be the treatment for them,
Yes.
and I can give some tips to women like performing little small self-examinations
Yes.
can prevent or can help them identify the problems at an early stage,
Yes.
so that they can consult a doctor. So we can generally discuss everything like from your kids to parents,
Yes.
everything. So maybe if this 1 hour is not sufficient for
I
us
know,
to
I know.
discuss so
Yes.
many things. I
Yes.
still have so many things on my mind to discuss,
Yes.
but as the time doesn't permit, we can conduct a free camp,
Yes.
so that I can make a day, and then we can sit down and spend one whole Sunday maybe,
Yes.
throughout the working hours, and then we can share many things like your common problems, and if some specific problems also, I can do a one-to-one counseling to some of them
Yes.
if they really need it. So we can discuss so many things regarding your health. So whatever doubts you have, you can come up, and if you can put forward the queries earlier,
Yes.
so that I can just discuss them than
I-
one to one,
in
so that
general, yes.
it saves time actually.
Yes,
So
yes.
maybe the day prior you can make a note of them and then just pass on the questions to ma'am. So when I come over here, I can take up, and just taking those topics, I can give some tips and things generalized to everybody, so that everybody knows everything about it. And then if needed, some one-to-one questions can also be taken,
Yes.
and we can perform some examinations, and I can teach like some self-examination tips and all
Yes.
these things, so that you can take care of yourselves. And I want to reinforce, like good diet is very very important. Our good old diet is just enough for us to be healthy, I tell you. So taking sprouts, taking good amount of fruits, taking good amount of vegetable, so this and taking good amount of protein,
Yes.
either vegetarian or non-vegetarian, but good amount of protein. So all this will help us to grow properly, to handle our body properly, to overcome many of the infections. So all this put together, you can be like healthy.
Yes.
Health is the only wealth at this point. Recently, like many of the big shots who expired at an young age, or because of these health issues.
Yes.
So once you lose your health, you are no more healthy, I mean like happy person,
Yes.
even though you are so wealthy. So please take care of your health. We as doctors, we advise so much, but we
We
don't have
don't.
much time to follow. But please, you people, take care of yourselves.
Yes.
We are working so hard to give you health. So please take care of your health properly, and with good diet and exercise. Please don't feel shy to exercise at
Yes.
40s and 45s and 50s. It's your right, and it's the need of the hour actually. So at least do walking for half an hour a day,
Yes.
and
Yes.
take some good meals. Avoid junk as much as possible. I don't say no, because that doesn't work out at all, but
We can
leave it be
have, but
like, let
yeah,
it be like
once in a while.
occasional thing, not like regular thing. Because you cannot cook or you don't have time, please don't make junk as your snack or meal. Just it should be like one freak out time, but not like regular on your
Yes,
diets.
yes. And St. John's has taken up many oaths. From many years, we have taken up no packeted food before pandemic only. No packeted food, no chocolates for my students on birthdays from LKG to 5th. Many parents, they'll be depressed and disappointed. What is that without chocolate? What? But we want to send healthy community outside the portals of St. John's. As long as they are inside the school, I want my students to be more strong, more healthier, more happy, so that the generation which is about to come, the next generation, is not a sick generation but a healthy generation. That's what we strongly believe. And today's time is a wonderful time, Aparna, that you have taken such a wonderful time to come over here to have this live from the very office. And you recollected your first principal, Mr. J.R. Mohan Rao sir. He is a mentor to many, a wonderful leader, school leader, and St. John's is his brainchild. And St. John's products all over the world doing great service to mankind. So I remember that great personality today, and I thank all our parents, all our students, all our teachers taking up time to follow this live. Very soon we will be announcing when is that free campaign, because she should be little free, because she every day on an average how many deliveries? Should I ask this question or not? Because I heard in the previous, she worked in Kochi, Kerala. She worked at Coimbatore after her PG. Then she has come down to her motherland, Tenali and Guntur. Now she's serving the people of Tenali, Guntur, Vijayawada, Andhra people. Many from West Godavari, East Godavari also people are traveling. From Rayalaseema people are traveling to have her healing touch of the hand. So I pray God that you will touch many lives, and you will be a great source of encouragement for those underprivileged people who need your care and your concern. So maybe at her free time, little free time, one of the Sundays definitely, because my students should be benefited, my parents should be benefited. One of the Sundays we will give you a prior intimation, maybe in this month or maybe next month. We will have one free campaign only for the girls and women, so that they can have a thorough discussion with this young lady, a smart lady who can be a great help to you. So thank you so much, Aparna.
Thank you, ma'am.
God
Thank you.
bless you and
Thank you
have a
so much, ma'am.
wonderful day and wonderful years to come. And I thank all the students, parents, teachers, and St. John's community for giving us this wonderful opportunity to reach you through this YouTube channel. Be blessed. Have a nice day.